This is your Hdsr Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Oak Hill's running back Carson Cox and linebacker Jacob Macias are Mojave River League Players of the Year, heading up the list of 14 Bulldogs named to the 2024 All MRL First Team. For Carson Cox, it is a return engagement. The 6', 195-pound UCLA-bound senior was MRL Offensive Player of the Year last year. He's a three-peat first-team All-League selection, All-CIF his junior year as well. He tells what he is working on most his senior season.
Really want to work on, I want to play early in college, so I'm working on my hands, catching the ball, just, working the little things as well as my pass blocking.
Nevada Wolfpack-bound O-lineman Joseph James, 74, and Johnny Notariani, 65, 6'3", 290 junior, earned first-team All-MRL honors. They paved the way for Carson Cox rushing touchdowns, 27 this season, 13 in league play. They also provided protection for All-MRL quarterback Jacob Webster. The 6'3", 185-pound junior threw for 1,583 yards and 20 touchdowns. This one to All-League selection, Royalton Allen. Team-high 6 touchdown receptions for the sophomore wide receiver. 6 of this year's first-team selections are offensive standouts, and 3 are underclassmen. LaMason Waller is a repeat first-team All-MRL wide receiver. The 6'3", 178-pound senior is headed to play next at Brigham Young. Defensive Player of the Year Jacob Macias, 20, tells how his role involves much more than just being the team leader in tackles.
What's your job on this team, Jacob? What are your responsibilities?
My responsibility on the team is just not just for myself, but for the team. Just keep working, help others get better for themselves. Like for the younger kids that are underclassmen, just continue to push them to their best and help them just each and every day, just help others, to not just help myself, but for the whole team, to make the team better. That's my job for this team.
Focus on the hard hit by Elijah Connor, 16, the bone-jarring tackle and kickoff coverage here. The 6'2", 183-pound senior earns first-team All-MRL honors. The All-League outside linebacker will best be remembered for this key play against Apple Valley. The scoop and score is the Bulldogs' first touchdown in the victory over the Sun Devils. Linebacker Nate Cabrejo, 61, makes first contact on this sack against the Sun Devils. The 6'1", 186-pound senior earns first-team All-League recognition. The more excitable number 30 is Michael King. The 5'11", 203-pound sophomore makes the fumble recovery here. Michael King is one of 3 Bulldogs underclassmen, earning first-team honors on defense. Another is cornerback Jeff Johnson, 5. Jeff Johnson is 5'10", 175, a repeat first-team All-MRL selection his junior season. We see the third of the underclassmen All-League first-team players on defense come into the picture on this clip. It's Sione Falila, 54, a 6'2", 275-pound sophomore defensive tackle. Senior strong safety Dejan Hall, 2, his first team All Mojave River League. DJ Hall is 6', 175, a senior. He will play next at Fresno State. Kyler Peters is the All Mojave River League kicker. Kyler Peters is 6'1", 185, a senior, and the 6th Bulldog who earned a scholarship to attend a Division I university. He will kick next at San Diego State. Apple Valley placed 11 Sun Devils on the All-MRL first team. Quarterback Jacob Higgs is first team for a third time, this time as an offensive back. At 6'1", 176, Jacob Higgs epitomizes a true dual threat. Just under 2,200 yards total offense his senior year, 32 touchdowns, 16 rushing, and 16 passing. This touchdown pass is to Dylan Gerard. The 6'2", 165-pound junior is a first-team All-MRL wide receiver. Dylan Gerard had 6 touchdown receptions this season. Jacob Higgs hits Dominic Bechtel here. This is one of the best demonstrations of yards after catch we could ever hope to see. Dominic Bechtel is a repeat selection, first team All Mojave River League tight end, 6'3", 204. 8 of his 23 pass receptions his senior year went for touchdowns. Tailback Jacob Cabrera is first team All-MRL. The 5'10", 175-pound junior led Sun Devils ball carriers with 520 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. Southern Utah bound O-lineman Ethan Wagner, 66, fellow seniors Nate Four, 51, and Jonah Lupepatella, 75, are first team selections. We get a better look at the 6'3", 240-pound Nate Four carrying the ball here, following the Jonah Lupepatella block into the end zone. The 6'4", 330-pound Jonah Lupepatella is a repeat selection first team All-MRL. He will play next at Fresno State. 4 Apple Valley defensive players are named to the All-MRL Elite Squad. Senior linebacker Anthony Navarro, 40, earned first-team All-League honors. At 6'5", 215, Anthony Navarro led his team in sacks. Cal Poly is where he will play next. Defensive back Seth Robertson, 23, is a first-team selection. The 5'9", 165-pound senior with the interception here. We see the blitzing Seth Robertson strip the ball here. Nathan Arceo, 21, among those in hot pursuit of the loose ball. Nathan Arceo is a first-team All-League defensive end. Kick return specialist Nate Downing earned first-team All-League recognition at defensive back. The 6', 191-pound senior accumulated 578 yards in kick returns his senior year. In addition to his solid play in the defensive secondary, the versatile Nate Downing also made valuable contributions offensively at wide receiver. Casey Mahalchik's Serrano Diamondbacks placed 6 players first-team All-MRL. 6'3", 300-pound David Green, 79, is 3 times a first-team offensive lineman. He has signed with Idaho State. Isaiah Romo is another quarterback listed as offensive back among first-team players. Isaiah Romo throwing here to Eddie Serpa, a two-way starter named first team at defensive back. Jesse Gonzalez, 72, earned first-team honors. He is a 5'10", 225-pound tackle. Senior running back Trevor McSween is a first-team selection. The 5'4", 146-pound scatback ran for 1,876 yards and scored 18 touchdowns his senior season. Junior Cade Lefevre, 14, is the only player in the league named first team on both offense and defense. Nearly every one of the Diamondbacks' marquee players were two-way starters. Hesperia Scorpion Zamar Melvo is a repeat selection first-team All-League running back. Zamar Melvo ran for 1,333 yards his junior season, rushing for 15 touchdowns and adding 2 touchdowns on pass receptions. Daniel Gilman, 45, earned All MRL First Team honors. Daniel Gilman is a junior linebacker. He led Coach Casey Goodnose Scorpions in sacks and tackles. Add Burroughs, senior two-way starter, Jaden Bostic, running back and middle linebacker, as the utility player, and the listing of the 16 first-team All Mojave River League defensive team is complete. 10 seniors, 4 juniors, and 2 sophomores in the mix. An asterisk next to a player indicates a repeat selection. The All-League first-team players honored on offense, 10 seniors, then 7 juniors, and the 1 sophomore named to the 34-member Dream Squad as voted on by the team's coaches. Looking back in High Desert sports history, Serrano's John Mackesy, Mojave River League Defensive Player of the Year. Oak Hill's Gino Mastandria, MRL Offensive Player of the Year. They lead the parade of 2014 All MRL selections. John Mackesy, Serrano linebacker, Mojave River League Defensive Player of the Year. Gino Mastandria, Oak Hills, Mojave River League Offensive Player of the Year. The Oak Hills Bulldogs claim the Lions' share of first-team All-League players as selected by the coaches. 11 Bulldogs receive All-League honors. Here are the 2014 All Mojave River League selections. Gino Mastandria posed a dual threat for Oak Hill's opponents to defense. Listed as a wide receiver, Mastandria often carried the ball from the varied offensive sets of Coach Robert Hdsr. Mastandria accounted for over 1,400 total yards for the Mojave River League champions. As a ball carrier, the 5'10", 160-pound Mastandria averaged 11 yards per carry, rushing for 544 yards and 4 touchdowns. Mastandria led Oak Hill's receivers with 45 receptions and 7 touchdowns. Mojave River League outstanding running backs begin with Coach Ray Mahalchek's 2-time All-League selection, Diamondbacks workhorse Jordan King. The 6-foot, 180-pound senior averaged over 150 yards rushing per game, leading all area ball carriers with 2,155 yards. King averaged 7.5 yards per carry and scored 33 touchdowns on the ground, in addition to 1 touchdown pass reception. Note center 55, that is John Mackesy, the Defensive Player of the Year. Mackesy also earned All-League honors at his offensive lineman position. Apple Valley Junior Greg Sprague is All Mojave River League. Sprague broke the Sun Devils' single-game rushing record in 2014, 416 yards against Sultana. Sprague, at 5'5" and 160 pounds, ran for 1,299 yards and 13 touchdowns. Paving the way for Sprague, tackle Jordan Fassa, 77. Also a junior, the 6'1", 295-pound Fassa receives all-league recognition from his offensive tackle position. Faison Knight, Oak Hills, the 5'11", 180-pound senior averaged 9.5 yards per carry and scored 7 rushing touchdowns. Knight also caught a pair of scoring passes for the Bulldogs. Quarterback Nolan Bramer has been first-team All-League 2 years in a row. Bramer guided the Bulldogs to the Mojave River League Championship. The 5'10", 170-pound signal caller threw for 2,481 yards and 22 scoring passes and ran for 9 touchdowns his senior season. All-league wide receivers include Bramer target Jeremiah Lorick. The 5'11", 150-pound junior caught 40
passes for 945 yards and 6 touchdowns. Lorick averaged 24 yards per catch and had one 80-yard touchdown pass. Bulldogs offensive lineman named All-League, center Ricky Lyman, number 52, 6'2", 255-pound senior, and guard Joe Rodriguez, number 61, 5'9", 240-pound senior. Serrano wide receiver Tanner Cornell caught 33 passes, 14 for touchdowns. The 5'10", 155-pound junior averaged 25 yards per reception. Burroughs wide receiver senior Kyle Cornell also received All-League honors. Isaac Wallace of Hesperia is the All-League tight end. Wallace, a junior for the Scorpions.
Mojave River League Defensive Player of the Year, Serrano linebacker John Mackesy, 55, was the third leading tackler in the state and ranked 17th in the nation with 202 tackles. The 6'2", 200-pound Mackesy is a two-way All-League selection. He was All-League last season as well. Mackesy averaged 14 tackles a game, registering 112 solo tackles, 7 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, a blocked punt, and blocked field goal. Diamondbacks teammate and fellow linebacker Jacob Glazer, 46, is an All-League selection. The 6', 185-pound Glazer averaged 7.5 tackles per game, registering 58 solo tackles and 2 interceptions. Mojave River League champions Oak Hills also place a pair of linebackers on the All-League team. Brad Kistner, 9, is a repeat selection for the Bulldogs. The 6', 195-pound Kistner averaged 6 tackles a game with 24 solo tackles. All-League linebacker, 55, Patrick Dodds of Oak Hills. Dodds averaged 5 tackles a game for the league champion Bulldogs. Dodds is 6'1", 230 pounds. A trio of Oak Hills Bulldogs defensive linemen are All-League selections. 6'3", 280-pound Chris Richardson, 76. Richardson, 15 solo tackles and 11.5 sacks. Jeff Thomas, 96, 7 sacks and 16 solo tackles for the 5'11", 220-pound senior. Defensive ends are usually sacks leaders, and that's the case with the All-League selections. Dempsey Robinson, 8, led Oak Hills tacklers with 13 sacks. Serrano, sacks leader Trent Kuntz, 81, recorded 9 sacks. The 6'3", 225-pound senior averaged 5.5 tackles a game. All Mojave River League linebacker Tristan McNack, Apple Valley Sun Devils tackles leader. The 6', 200-pound junior recorded 4 sacks and averaged 7 tackles a game for coach Frank Police. Apple Valley's Ilu Lasa, number 4, an All-League defensive lineman. The 6'3", 210-pound senior averaged 4.5 Keep up with Victor Valley and High Desert local news by watching KVVB TV Channel 33 daily newscasts. Available on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. KVVB TV Channel 33. You will see and hear breaking news updates. Victorville City Council member Blanca Gomez has been convicted. Joseph W. Brady's insight and analysis.
The inflation that we've seen, the price that we've seen, I think it's here to stay. I don't see it going back at all.
Video sports, action highlights of high school and Victor Valley College sports. KVVB TV, local newscasts, televised 8 times daily, available on Roku and Amazon Fire KVVB TV Channel 33.
The player selected as All-League utility player could just as readily have been a strong candidate for Offensive Player of the Year. Oak Hill's running back DeJounte Fletcher. The 5'6", 150-pound Fletcher led Coach Robert Kistner's league champions with 1,275 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns on the ground, and 3 touchdown receptions. How skilled were the Bulldogs at skill positions? The entire Oak Hills backfield, quarterback Nolan Bramer, running backs DeJounte Fletcher and Faison Knight, and wide receivers Gino Mastandrea and Jeremiah Lorick, all first team All Mojave River League. The Mojave River League teams represented in outstanding manner in the CIF playoffs. Third place Hesperia upset their opening round opponent, beating heavily favored La Sierra 48-41 before falling to Palm Springs in the quarterfinals. Fourth place Apple Valley nearly upset the top-seeded team La Quinta, losing that wild card contest 49-44. Second place Serrano advanced to the CIF finals. League champions Oak Hills lost by 4 points in the semifinals to CIF champions Palm Springs.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. Bid fast and last, world-class auctioneers. Valu, Quality Truck Bodies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, Conference and Convention Center for the Victor Valley. The Holiday Inn supports our area's teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs. Looking back in High Desert sports history, for the record, Adelanto and Oak Hills players are in the CIF record books for longest postseason touchdowns. Saints Angel Ochoa to Josh Lorick, 99-yard scoring play in the 2019 CIF playoffs. Oak Hills Christian Navarrette's 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the Bulldogs' 2015 State Regional Championship game. Coach Mike Bradbury's Granite Hills Lady Cougars set the CIF record for consecutive league games without a defeat, 75. High school scoring records set by local basketball players include Janinato of Oak Hills and Sultana's L.J. Harry. Victor Valley College scoring records have been set by the Lady Rams Tania Hill and Runnin' Rams James Tonic. Looking back to record setters in High Desert sports history. This record-shattering Angel Ochoa to Josh Lorick 99-yard touchdown pass highlights Adelanto's 2019 opening round CIF victory over Moreno Valley. Angel Ochoa had quarterbacked the 2018 Saints to the CIF championship. Oak Hills record setter
Christian Navarrette catches the kickoff over his shoulder so as not to step into the end zone for an automatic touchback. Jeremiah Lorick throws a block at the 14. Christian Navarrette breaks a tackle at the 19, dashes to the outside and past the Broncos kicker and sets sail for the end zone. 99 yards. The touchdown puts the Bulldogs back on top, 27-24.
This game was for the state regional championship. These 2015 Bulldogs had just won the CIF Eastern Division Championship. The girls' soccer dynasty established by the Lady Cougars of Granite Hills and Coach Mike Bradbury set a CIF record for consecutive league games without a defeat. The Granite Hills girls went 75 straight league games without losing, the streak without a defeat, running from 2004 through 2014 championship seasons. Granite Hills won the state championship in 2010.
Single game scoring records have been set by sharpshooters Janan Otto of Oak Hills, L.J. Harry of Sultana,
Jordan Campbell at Adelanto.
Janan Otto scored a school record 40 points in an Arroyo tournament game against Azusa Pacific as she adds to her Lady Bulldogs' career scoring record. Sultana senior L.J. Harry broke the Sultans' single-game scoring record with 46 points at the Hesperia Christian Christmas Classic tournament against Boron.
Jordan Campbell scored a school record 51 for the Adelanto Saints. He was 2016 Daily Pass Player of the Year. He is starting now at Fresno State. Victor Valley College scoring records have been set by the Lady Rams' Tania Hill and Runnin' Rams' James Tonic.
Lady Rams sophomore Tania Hill scored 44 points in the team's tournament victory at Palm Desert. The 5'9" sharpshooter connected on 16 of 36 from the floor in that 67-53 win over Desert, adding 8 of 10 from the free throw line. On the year, she is a 77% free throw shooter. Hill is averaging 21 points a game her sophomore season, 4th highest in the state. Tania Hill was the second leading scorer in the conference a year ago, averaging 22 points a game her freshman season. She was a 2-time All-Desert Sky League Player of the Year at Silverado High School. Victor Valley College unleashes a potent tonic to fuel a conference victory in the team's first home game of 2015. James Tonic sets the VBC record for threes in a game in the Rams' high-scoring win over Barstow. Tonic hits 7 from beyond the arc in the first half and adds 2 more the second half.
Do you feel like you had the rhythm in the first half?
I did, and it actually reminded me of playing high school a little bit. We haven't been able to play home, so it was great to get home and then perform well.
James Tonic, not the only Rams to hit from long range this day. Coach Bobby Godina's team connects on a school record 21 from beyond the arc. 7 different Rams etch their name in the record book, collaborating on the new team mark. The 119 points is also a Rams school record.
Oak Hills graduate Troy Bacon broke Portland State University's discus record with a throw of 163 feet 7 inches at the Triton Invitational. The school record had stood for 21 years. Troy Bacon, who also plays football for the Vikings, finished 15th at the meet. He took 7th at the 2014 CIF State Championship while at Oak Hills. Bid Fast and Last is sold on flashing back to these record setters. Even if you are on Santa's naughty list, Bid Fast and Last thinks you deserve a special treat. Dive into a piece of farming history with this International Harvester diesel tractor, available at the Ora Grande Tractor and Antiques Auction December 18th. Lots of collectibles, tons of electronics, quality furniture. You can bid virtual live online on firearms, vehicles, electric bicycles, collectibles, fine jewelry, coins, antiques, classic cars, and more at bidfastandlast.com.
Tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Your way, Internet.
Keep up with Victor Valley and High Desert local news by watching KVVB TV Channel 33 daily newscasts. KVVB TV local newscasts, televised 8 times daily, available on Roku and Amazon Fire. KVVB TV Channel 33. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half hour of High Desert television today.
Congratulations on your first win.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid Fast and Last, sold and supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the high desert. The Holiday Inn, supporting the teams, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley.